Urgent, Day Bears fan. Look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest your team news. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Who the best mock drafters say Chicago Bears will select the pick for the Bears by the best mock drafters from over the past 5 years according to the Huddle Report if they made it in before the coin toss. It was 1997 and I sat down with the late and greatest football player of all time, Walter Payton, at his Aurora Roundhouse restaurant to begin working with him on the first of a weekly column for my newspaper chain. He seemed agitated that I wasn't eating my lunch at his restaurant because I had already eaten lunch. It was their famed prawns. They were truly the biggest prawns I had ever seen, and maybe I feared they'd been mutated through radiation as much, as I was just full from eating lunch already. I gave in and ate some of them. While talking to him for the first time and collaborating on that column, I had to ask him in an unrelated topic about the coin flip before Super Bowl XX. I asked him this because it had always been my belief he saw the coin hit the ground and called the toss too late but got away with it. My final round 1 mock draft 2025 Bears, Jaguars, Giants all making moves. Let's go Polls Bear Down pick. Twitter, ComCVGXV9ICDY, Luke Dolan. Luke Dolan 18, April 24, 2025. Captain Payton waited until after the coin was in the air and it hit the ground. Then he made the call, it seemed. Watch the video. With a real big grin and twinkle in his eye, really big twinkle, he gave a kind of chuckle and said, "I didn't know what I was talking about." The first 19 Super Bowl MVP, honored before the Super Bowl XX coin toss at the Superdome in New Orleans, January 26, 1986 pick. Twitter, Com3JZE76I, Kevin Gallagher, KevG163, January 26th, 2024. It was obvious he'd been told this before, and he mumbled something about maybe the sound on the NBC telecast was slightly off from their picture. When the coin hits the turf, all bets are off, except in that case. People. There is a lot of total BS being thrown out about the Bears tonight. If it doesn't come from people like Glazer, Schefter, Rappaport, Pelissaro, it's just not true. Some. Local Jerkoff has no relevant information, nor does he have access to it. Greg Gabriel, Gaby Football, April 24th, 2025. Anyway, the coin has hit the turf on mock drafts. Deadline came at 9 a.m. Thursday. The best mock drafters' efforts are in for this year, at least the best mock drafters according to the Huddle Report. April 24th, 1994. Who in the hell is Mel Kiper anyway? He's never put on a jockstrap, never been. A coach or administration, and all of a sudden he's an expert. Kiper has no more credentials than my neighbor, who is a postman that doesn't have season tickets to the NFL Bill Tobin pick. Twitter, Com8BCQ0JCVAZ, Old Time Football. Old Time Football. April 24th, 2025. The Huddle Report gathers mocks and posts standings to let everyone know who is most accurate. Only one of the top 10 from the last 5 years was not obviously posted as of draft morning by 9, but somehow, at the last second, the most accurate mock drafter of all, Jason Boris, made it in at the coin flip. Or did he? At least it seemed like he may have made it after the coin hit the turf, but he has made it. Believe me, there are a lot of mock drafters scrambling around this morning, hoping they could get an edge by getting a last-second trade into their mock so they look more accurate. My final mock draft feels good to say that. HTTPST, CoQQX5DC3WFK pick. Twitter, CoMTN6U38UUDL. Dane Brugler, DP Brugler. April 24th, 2025. Here's who the top 10 mock drafters over the last 5 years say the Bears are taking after they made it in under this deadline. 1. Jason Boris, Times News DT, Mason Graham. The Bears are high on Ashton Jeanty, but unless they trade up here, he likely won't be available here. With 2 second-round picks, they could still maneuver. For now, the pick is Grandma, top 5 talent, who slides slightly due to positional value, Boris wrote. Since 2018, every single DEDL TEJ ranked inside top 10 of final consensus mocks was a top 10 selection, except Dallas Turner. This is your why. Is Mason Graham suddenly being mocked outside your top 10 warning? Pick against us, Twitter. ComACLVUIQC04, Kyle Borgognoni, Kyle Dedziborg. April 23rd, 2025. Brendan Donahue, Sharp Football Analysis TE Tyler Warren. Donahue had Omarion Hampton mocked to them in an earlier draft. His last posted before today at 8 a.m. explained the pick. A tight end needs pretty stellar receiving production to merit a first-round grade. Tyler Warren has one season with elite volume, but only as a senior. Colston Loveland doesn't have elite production, but Michigan receivers need to be graded on a curve in that regard. Pick T. Twitter. Com9Ks NCTUIFK Smiley Smiley Duckshamoth. April 24, 2025. It seems clear that Ashton Jeanty is at the top of the Bears' wish list, but unless they are willing to trade up, it doesn't seem likely that he will fall to them at 10, Donahue wrote. 3. Xavier Cromartie, Fantasy Football Metrics DE. Shamar Stewart, the Bears may value Stewart's rare athleticism combined with their significant need at edge, Cromartie wrote. Shamar Stewart is a physical freak pick. Twitter. Come 527 Afago BQ the 33rd. Team the 33rd Team FB April 21, 2022 5th 4. Lou Pickney, mock draft NFL TE Tyler Warren set school records at Penn State for tight end receptions, yardage, and won the 2024 John Mackey Award, given annually to the most outstanding tight end in college. Football, Pickney wrote. 5. Mike Band, roster watch TE Tyler Warren, no comment made Shamar Stewart, bull rushing the LG and LT with one arm each pick. Twitter. CompLSLJ TyOKA Ted Nguyen FB Film Analysis, April 19, 2022 56. Eddie Brown, San Diego Union Tribune T. Kelvin Banks Jr. GM. Ryan Poles would consider any of top 3 tackles, Campbell, Membu, or Banks, or an edge rusher, likely Williams, but Banks is the last man standing, Brown wrote. Texas OT Kelvin Banks Jr., now favored to go number 6 overall in 2025 NFL Draft. https co-ui7ljo2bbg Pro Football Talk, April 24, 2022-57. Michael Middlehurst Schwartz, USA Today, T. Kelvin Banks Jr. With Jeanty and Warren off the board, General Manager Ryan Poles can train his focus on the trenches. Banks would allow the Bears not to pin the hopes of their rebuilt offensive line on left tackle Braxton Jones, who is still recovering from a fractured left ankle suffered in December, Middlehurst Schwartz wrote. I don't understand the hate of Kelvin Banks. If the Raiders take him at 6, I would have no issue with it. Has one of the best OTs in the class. The movement is really, really good. He only just turned 21 last month. Pick. Twitter. Com9 Otavo WVCF. Sanjit T. Sanjitiets. T. April 24th. 2258 Ryan McChrystal, Sharp Football Analysis, TE Tyler Warren. The Bears have a capable tight end in Cole Kmet under contract through 2027, but Warren would be an upgrade. Kmet's contract is also structured in such a way that Chicago can save some money by moving on after the 2025 season, McChrystal wrote. 9. Brian Philpott, the Football Hub DT Mason Graham. The Bears miss out on the top offensive tackles, but get a top 5 talent with the disruptive DT, wrote Philpott, who had Jeanty as his previous call. When the Panthers select Mason Graham, what will be your reaction? Pick.s Twitter. Com6FKGMDGE8T. The 4-man rush, 4-woman rush, April 24, 2025 10. Jared Smola, Draft Sharks T. Kelvin Banks Jr. Don't be surprised if the Bears make a move up to pick number 4 or 5 for Jeanty. But in this scenario, they continue to fortify the offensive line with Banks, a 3-year college starter who can play LT or kick inside to guard, Smola wrote. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest. The Monsters of the Midway. News to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Bears must trade for Super Bowl winning RB during NFL Draft. The Chicago Bears have done an excellent job of rebuilding their team following a bitterly disappointing 2024 campaign that felt like a waste of quarterback Caleb Williams' rookie season. Among the many issues the Bears dealt with, aside from a disastrous offensive line, poor defensive and leaky defense, was the running game. Chicago ranked 27th in the NFL in yards per rush for 8. Part of that can be attributed to line play, yet D'Andre Swift and Roschon Johnson failed to turn heads as the top two backs in the system. It's clear that an upgrade is needed in the backfield, and the Bears may have the perfect opportunity to poach a Super Bowl winning runner who would instantly bolster the backfield. Chicago Bears receive RB Isaiah Pacheco. Kansas City Chiefs receive 2025 fifth round pick number 148 Bears. Acquire Chiefs RB Isaiah Pacheco in projected trade. This projected trade sees Chicago acquiring Kansas City Chiefs back Isaiah Pacheco for a mere fifth round. Pick number 148. It's a small price to pay for someone with Pacheco's talent, as he's proven to be a difference maker on a championship squad. Pacheco dealt with injuries in 2024 and never found his footing. However, he's only 26 years old and doesn't have much tread on his tires. General Manager Ryan Poles has ties to Kansas City and has already acquired All-Pro guard Joe Thuney, someone whom Pacheco is quite familiar with. The Chiefs don't seem tied to Pacheco, having given Kareem Hunt control of the backfield while signing Elijah Mitchell this offseason, so it seems probable that they'd be open to a potential trade. Swift is a versatile back, though his skill set is different than Pacheco's. The latter is more of a downfield bruiser, hoping to run over defenders, while Swift is more of a dancer and pass catcher. Pairing the two with Johnson as a third option would give head coach Ben Johnson plenty of options, allowing the offense to put pressure on defenses while keeping every running back fresh throughout each drive. While Pacheco has never eclipsed 1,000 rushing yards in a season, he doesn't have to in order to be an effective addition for Chicago. Having him as a complementary option makes more sense than making him a primary one, and Johnson certainly knows how to utilize dynamic backfields. Given his experience with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, Swift and Pacheco could be the Bears' off-brand version of what the Detroit Lions have. For an organization hoping to build for the future, that'd be a huge boost moving forward. And now, Da Bears fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Da Bears. He'll be back any moment with more. The monsters of the Midway News